Hello and welcome back to Create Skyblock. Don't know what you guys are doing out there, come on inside. Last time we got the steam engine up and running. It was a fun project, and I think next we'll have to create a cobblestone generator. And we need a lot of cobblestone so we can generate all of the different create blocks and iron and different ores. So I'm going to hop into a creative world and explain a few things, because I'd like to get a Tango Tech style cobblestone generator run. This is Minecraft Skyblock, where we are stranded on our island above the void. From nothing but a few items, we build this world up, but with a twist. We have the Create mod. Alright everybody, welcome to a creative testing world. So we know the basics of cobblestone generation. If we put lava here in the overworld, it flows, but it flows slowly out 4 blocks. If we put water in the overworld, of course it flows much faster. And then where the flowing lava and the water meet, it creates cobblestone. Now you can see that the cobblestone generation is limited by the flow rate of lava. So let's use the create mod to get around this. In order to fix the lava flow rate problem, we can use a pump. A pump will speed up the rate that lava flows. So if I turn this pump around, see it's trying to pump this way, let's pump it this way. So lava tries to pump over here. I get cobblestone formed. I punch that out. And you can see it's much faster. And it seems to be pretty independent of the speed of the pump. So I could run the pump pretty slowly and it'll still do the same thing. Now here's another cool concept that I'll show you. I'm not going to use it in my setup, but some of you might be really interested in this. So I got my lava back here, a pipe, and the pump. So it's going to pump that lava out here, and I can waterlog the pump. So I do that. I turn this pump so it's facing the right way, and there we go. It'll create cobblestone on its face, and I don't have to have another water source on this side. And of course, this concept can be scaled out. Here I have 5 pumps running off a single block of lava. This lava will never be consumed. I can come out here and mine this as fast as I want to. Yeah, pretty cool concept. All right, here I have a cart assembler with a minecart and 4 gold blocks. These gold blocks are glued together. And when I flip this lever, it'll assemble the minecart and the 4 gold blocks into one contraption. And I can move this contraption. Now, while this is a contraption, it will not interact with other blocks. So you can see here, it just phases through. However, if the cart was to be disassembled by turning off the power to the cart assembler while the minecart contraption is in it, it will supersede any blocks in the world. So I have cobblestone intersecting the contraption, and when I disassemble the contraption, making these gold blocks return into the world, it will break these cobblestone blocks. And there we go. So we have our cobblestone items. So let's combine these two ideas, and the cart assembler and our pump style cobblestone generator. All right, so here is my basic cobblestone generator design based on the Tango Tech style generator. So over here we have a cart assembler with a minecart in it. I'm going to glue this cobblestone to this one inside of the chamber, and then I'm going to glue together all of this cobblestone. Okay, so when I assemble the cart, it will include all of the cobblestone within the system. Not sure if we'll be able to see it. See it all lift up? So what Tango Tech does for water is he sets up a grid of pumps. It's a whole grid under here. And on top of that, he sets up water. This will serve it for two purposes. It'll provide the water to turn the lava into cobblestone, and any cobblestone that is generated when the cart is disassembled will be pushed up into this water stream, pushed down here and into these hoppers. In order to make the hoppers faster, I put chutes under them, and then that goes into a vault. I have a content observer and a display link on this vault, so if I go back here, I can see that I have one cobblestone in the system. We throw one more in there, and this should update. Yep, 2 cobblestone in the system. So this will tell me exactly how much cobblestone I have. So let's give this a try. Is add lava to the system? This will take a bit. All the pumps have to prime, so let's assemble this. Take a look around. Yep. You can see the cobblestone starting to come in. After they're primed, it'll generate very, very quickly. I think that's it. So as soon as I disassemble, I'll have this all break off. This is a 7x8 grid. Just like that. I get all of that cobblestone. 58. Let's do this again. 114, 170. Okay, so let's put a clock on this. All right, so I have 2 observers facing each other. That'll make a oscillator. You can see it just blinks and blinks and blinks. Which is exactly what we want. We'll use the create mods pulse repeater to slow down these pulses. So yeah, I should get a tick about once every 2 seconds here. Let's speed that up to 1 second. I'll add a toggle latch. On, off, on, off. So you can see where this is going. This is going to automatically assemble and disassemble our system. And all we need, little redstone. Assemble, disassemble. Assemble, disassemble. Look at that thing go. Generates a ridiculous amount of cobblestone each time. And we could even speed it up further. I think this is about as fast as I can go with this. A piston style that Tango Tech uses may be a little bit faster. But honestly, this thing generates so much cobblestone, it's probably not even necessary. So, I'm going to assemble this thing into the base, and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, here is the cobblestone generator. Over here I have a content observer hooked to display link, which tells me how much cobblestone I have in my big vault here, and how full it is, 3% full. That's what this display link over here does. Displays the percent. On here I have a stockpile switch with a link, so this will stay on until it reaches 90% and turn off. That way this thing is not running all the time, even when the vault is full. Here's the collection system, so cobblestone falls off here, hits these belts, and then gets pushed into the vault. Back here we have the link, which powers this piston, which allows the signal to come through from our clock, and it turns on our observer clock. So this piston pushes that down, everything gets started. I should be able to turn this into a receiver and everything should function. Right now I got it set to a 1 second interval, and as you can see, a ton of cobblestone is generated each time. This one is 6 wide by 8 deep. All the cobblestones put onto the belt, put in, and these guys will update and tell me exactly how much cobblestone I have in the system. Let's crank this guy up a little bit, huh? Looks like I could almost speed up my belts a little bit, but it seems to be alright. Yeah, look at that. Gotta say, I'm pretty happy with this. Alright, you just saw it shut down at 90%. 27,782 pieces of cobblestone. 27,782 cobblestone is 434 stacks. Alright, I love the way this came out. It generates tons of cobblestone, it's fairly compact, and it's fast. So, next up, we need to make a gravel generator. All right, everyone, let's get started on a gravel generator module. So here's the basic module setup. We have an input chest and an output chest. Over here we have a wireless link that is set to Cobblestone gear. So this is going to be when it receives the signal, this will turn on, which will turn off this torch, which will remove power from this funnel and allow Cobblestone to come out. So on this chest, I'll have it so that the funnel will pull items into it. We'll put a Cobblestone filter on it just in case there's anything else on the belt. We'll put a stockpile switch on here. So this will stay on until it gets 75% full and then turn off. And then once it drops down to 25%, it'll turn back on. So we put a link on top and we set it to Cobblestone. And as soon as I put in this cog, it'll make it the same frequency as that, which will turn off that funnel, start letting out Cobblestone, and then this will pick it back up. And this is set to release 32 at a time. So, just like that, and there we go. So that's going to fill up this chest up to 75%. And we can see here on the Cobblestone generator, the numbers start to drop. I'm going to go ahead and set up the output chest. Set this to gravel. You see by this red collar, it's not powered yet, so I'll put a brass casing on this side. Torch. So that torch powers there. And then I could put a link on top. I'll set this to gravel. Gear. So this is the same thing. Oh, put this in receiver mode. When I receive a signal for gravel gear, it'll turn off this funnel and start letting gravel out. So this is my input and output system. All right, so our input chest is 75% full. I'll put a funnel here so that stacks of Cobblestone will come out, come up this conveyor belt. And from here, I will drop them into crushing wheels. I'll set up some smart chutes because these will drop a whole stack at a time. And under the chutes, I'll set up 3 sets of crushing wheels. All right, under the crushing wheels, I set up 3 conveyor belts so that will pull items from the crushing wheels and put it onto this belt and go into the output chests. All right, in order to control the speed of the crushing wheels, I've set up a speed controller here. So I can go ahead and crank this all the way up. Actually, looks like they're spinning backwards, so turn this all the way down to negative 256. Made the goal of crushing it. All right. So that should be just about everything. Over here, the power comes in through this clutch. This clutch allows me to turn off the entire machine. None of the belts are running. The crushing wheels aren't running. It's completely inert. So what I'm going to do here is set up a system to turn off this machine. I'll put a link here. I'll set it to, say, gravel shaft. Put that in receive mode. Okay. So when this receives a signal, it'll turn off the machine. I'll come over here. I'll put a stockpile switch and attach it to the output chest. And let's say when this is 93%, let's say when this is 95% full, I'll come down here and give out a signal. So it'll turn on. So put that on here. We'll set it to the same thing. Gravel shaft. All right. So when this is 95% full, I'll send a signal to that clutch and turn off the machine. All right, I think that's the whole system set up. All I have to do is put a funnel on there to allow the Cobblestone to come through, and we should see it start to generate. So we can see the chutes pulling the Cobblestone off of this belt, and it's coming out of the crushing wheels and into our chest. I do that every time. Look how fast this thing fills up. If I look here at my stockpile switch, we can see my indicator keeps moving up. And as soon as it hits this line of 95%, it'll shut down. That turned on, this turned on stockpile link, that turned off that clutch, and system's down. Chest is almost full. So this is the automatic gravel generator module. I think next up we'll make a iron generator. Alright, I'm getting started on the iron farm portion. So this one will have an input chest for gravel, an output chest for iron ingots, and flint. Immediately under this chest, I'm going to set up a encased fan for the washing of the gravel. I'll put a trapdoor here to trap in the water, and we'll waterlog that. We'll set up a 3-long belt here. Okay, so what's going to happen here is this fan will be running. Items will drop out of this funnel right into the water and be pushed into this funnel. And next I need to set up a filter. Okay, as the gravel comes out of here and is pushed up against this funnel, I don't want it to pick up gravel. So let's set up a filter. I'll set it to deny. I'll use my JEI to set the filter to gravel. So it will not let gravel through, but everything else can be allowed. And I'll just stick that right there. All right, I'm going to put a depot here. And then I'm going to set up 2 basins. So this is where the iron nuggets on this belt will be pulled in and pressed into ingots. So we got 2 funnels to input into the basins and 1 to put onto the depot. I'll set these to nuggets. And I'll set that one to flints. All right, so flint will be picked up by this one. Iron nuggets picked up by these 2. I'm going to go ahead and knock out this block into the void and put on a filter for flints. So any excess flint will be dropped into the void. You can see that these 2 basins are already outputting onto this belt, but this one I want to be on the higher belt. All right, so the flint will be picked up here, put onto this depot, and then picked up by this funnel and put onto this belt, which will ultimately lead into this chest. Now these 2 basins have been set up with presses above. All right, and these presses above are geared up 2 times from the initial input speed. All right, I got the rotational power in here. So all the machines are turned on. I want to show you guys how this machine doesn't overfill. So we have 2 output chests. We have iron ingots on the bottom, and we have flint on top. These are both connected to stockpile switches, and when they are low, the power is on, right? So these are both turned on right now because there's nothing in these chests. And once they get up to 75%, they'll turn off. You can see this redstone link here is powered by both of these. If one is on, it only takes one of these to be on to turn on this redstone link, which turns on this redstone link that turns off this torch. So I could show you if I... Okay, so this redstone torch here powers this funnel so nothing will fall out of it. If I put a link on top, set it to the frequency, and set it to receive mode, the link turns on, turns that redstone torch off, which in turn allows stuff to come out of this chest. So that is how the system's turned on and off. I have a feeling that wasn't clear, but I did my best. All right, I added a stockpile switch to the input chest. So all I should have to do here is add a link. All I have to do is set it to gravel, cog, and it should start requesting gravel. It'll start dropping the gravel into the water, and it'll be washed right there while being pushed into the funnel, and the items come out here. So the gravel is washed and put onto the conveyor belt. The flint is picked up and put into the top chest, and the iron ingots is filtered into the basins to be pressed in the ingots. Once they are pressed into the ingots, they come out here and are put into that chest. I forgot a funnel. Hang on a second. All right, let's put a funnel on here, and then the items are picked up. Yeah, that's more like it. Do that every time. And just like that, we're generating iron. All right, so this is requesting gravel. Gravel's coming across. This is running and producing more gravel. And once this starts to empty, it'll start requesting more cobblestone. There we go. That's requesting cobblestone. This is requesting gravel. All right, everybody, we got a jelly. Let's see if we can make it our pet. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Hi, kitty. Don't be scared. Got some nice fish. Uh-oh. We got him. We got a jelly. Let's push it up here on the bed. It can be our buddy. Nice. And you can have the rest of the fish. All right, guys, I let things run for a while. Let's take a look at our output chest. And yeah, look at this. We got 75% full of iron. This is great. Got plenty of flint. I have no use for it. I'm not sure why I'm collecting it, but we have it. The whole system's getting caught back up. You can see that the cobblestone generator actually got all the way down to basically 0%. And now it's starting to build back up. All right, guys, I think that's about all we have time for. We got this fantastic cobblestone generator built. We have this gravel generator module. We have this iron generator module. This one will come in handy. And we got a jelly cat. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please like this video. If you didn't, you know what to do. Subscribe if you haven't already. I know this one was pretty technical. If you guys think it was a little too dry, let me know. If it was to your liking, let me know in the comments. All right. Everybody have a good night and goodbye.